Alright there folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Always a pleasure to see you. How we all doing? We all good? We finally made it through round one, thank God. Got some more games I'm going to talk about today. Before we get into that, like the video for me if you would. Get yourself subscribed to the channel. If you're not, I'd love to have you. If you want to support the channel, you can do just that. Links in the description and the pinned comments along with the pics. So first things first, folks, I'm going to have to talk about Benjamin Bonzi, aren't I? Really quick. Now, I was speaking to a couple of the lads in the comments earlier this afternoon. You may or may not be aware, but I'm still unsure what was happening with the lines and the markets with that before it started. To my knowledge, depending on who you used, that would have been void from the start. I don't know. I seen on Twitter, probably the worst place to get your information from. I seen on Twitter it was something to do with the dates and times. I don't know. I woke up this morning and it was telling me that he was playing Luca Pui again, and then that disappeared, and then he was just not until at least halfway through that first set. So as far as I'm aware anyway, you would have just got live odds for that. Like I said, I don't know how it would have worked. Not excusing the performance, still going to mention that. I genuinely thought Benjamin Bonzi was going to aid us on our quest to Mordor today, and bro just turned out to be fucking Benjamin Boromir, didn't he? I can't help but feel betrayed by him, I really can't. And it's a shame too, because he's a good guy. For those that know, he's done some bits for us over the past few months. But if that was anyone else, we'd say the exact same. You can no longer be trusted. You can no longer be trusted. But it weren't all doom and gloom. Like I said, if that would have got void off your bet, Zizou Bergs ended up winning his game. So you still may have got something. But in the midst of all the darkness, there did shine a bright white light in the form of Nuno Borges. I had him to beat Stan Wawrinka, and he came in just when I needed him to. He turned up at the perfect time, like Gandalf when he appeared from the east at Helm's Deep. Yeah, well happy with that. Well happy with it. And touching on Delray Beach, you may be aware that Davidovich Fokina was supposed to play James Duckworth, and he pulled out. So I had Davidovich Fokina and Ralia Pelka on another double. I was once again rendered down to a single. So even if Ralia Pelka manages to win his game, I've still had quite a decent day. A lot better than what I thought it was going to be after that Bonzi match. So well done for sticking in there. You've just got to take it all in stride, haven't you? Like I always say, it's the first round, and you can't deny we're a lot better off now. We're a lot wiser going into the second round. Haven't seen what we've seen today and yesterday, so stick that in your back pocket, and we'll try and go again today, innit? Where do we start? I'll tell you what, first off, we'll go Marseille. Obviously, first lot of games. Now, the first two, I've got no interest in. It is a pair of French guys playing in both of them. So first one, you've got Hugo Grenier, and is it Artegui? I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Let's just call him the younger one. You know, you're getting them at a slight favourite. Never played each other before. Look, I've got nothing for this. I really haven't. Hugo Grenier, we've seen a lot more of him over the years. He's been around for a lot longer. Never really found any success at tour level. Seems to reside on the challenger. You know, this kid could be up and coming. I don't know. I'm rather unfamiliar with his game, so I'd probably lean towards him. Not gonna touch you. And the next one is Pierre Hughes Herbert, Lemon Sherbet, versus Harold Mayo. Head to head 1-0 to Harold Mayo last time out. We seen him play Tsitsipas, and we knew he was gonna lose. As a matter of fact, I don't think he's won a main draw game since July last year. So yeah, I mentioned the save of Harold Mayo in the Tsitsipas game, and it stands true here. I can't help but notice it's not that good. It's not that good. His opponent, like, he's been around for quite some time as well. You know, he probably safe to say he hasn't been that bad on the indoor hard court. You know, looking at his results, he's an underdog as well. I would probably lean towards him. I just don't really rate Harold Mayo that much. Like I say, this is a coin flip. Flip a coin, roll a dice. You pay your money, you take your choice. I am much more interested in what's going to happen between Lorenzo Sonego and Luka Vanassche. And I forgot to mention about Luka Vanassche before, but it wouldn't be fair to leave him out and not say it was good. It was really good that he got that win. You can't help but be happy for him. He's not the only one this week who's managed to snap a big losing streak, so can he maintain it? That is the question. We're getting Sonego at 1.45 as a favourite. Luka Vanassche nearly a 2-1 underdog. Now, results aside, I feel like Luka Vanassche was very, very lucky to come away with a win. Like, admittingly, he played some decent tennis at moments in that match, as we've touched on, and as we know, struggled for consistency over the past few months. Not a bad player. He just struggles to maintain whatever level he manages to find. I feel like a lot of that result today had a lot to do with Benjamin Bonzi just choking it. I mean, you've got to agree, he had plenty of chances to win that. Even in the tiebreak at the end, it was 4-1. You know, it was a bit of a bad choke job, but Benjamin Bonzi must have been hanging around with Sebastian Korda all week. Man, I can't believe he's done the exact same. It's all started with Alex Michelsen against Cam Norrie. Who else is going to gaslight me in the first set and then just shit the lead away today? I dread to think. I'd be surprised if it was Sonego. I'd be surprised. We know what we're going to get. We were all very, very impressed with Sonego in the Australian Open. And I feel like that's given a lot of, let's say, encouragement maybe, going into the rest of the season. I think Sonego's been really good. He managed to get past Botic van der Zandschulp, who, let's say for what it is, he can prove to be a tricky opponent on these surfaces. He did take a set off Alcaraz the other day, and Sonego only got broke once. He was fantastic behind the serve, like he's been all season. He's only been beat by he got beat by Cam Norrie, close game in Hong Kong, start of the year. One to Alex Michelsen, one to Ben Shelton, and one to Holger Rune, yeah. Apart from that, I've been very, very impressed with the Italian, to say the least. Luka Vanassche. It's one thing I'm getting past Benjamin Bonzi. And I'm not being cruel by saying this, but he was like the lucky loser. He weren't even supposed to be here. Zizou Berg beat the guy who beat him in qualifying. So, for him to get that win against Benjamin Bonzi, I thought was a really big ask. But he somehow managed to pull it off. A lot of help from Bonzi. But I think it is an even bigger ask. And correct me if I'm wrong, but if you watch that match today, you'll probably agree with me. I can't see Luka Vanassche holding up against Lorenzo Sonego. I just can't. Not the way he's playing. He's too solid. He's too consistent. Serve will be too much, I imagine. Look, like I said as well, Luka Vanassche isn't a bad player, but you look at his recent form, it's very, very underwhelming. He hasn't beat anyone like Lorenzo Sonego in a good while. And I'm not reading into that Bonzi game too much. Do I dare to go there again? I don't know. You've got to, haven't you? You've got to roll the dice. I think I'm going to go once again, and I'm going to take Lorenzo Sonego as a bit of redemption. I really do. I think he beats him. I thought Bonzi was going to beat him and he shot the bed. I can't see it happening again. Not with Sonego. I think he's playing too good at the moment to let that happen. I really do. I'm expecting slight moments of brilliance from Luka Vanassche like there was today, but I think Sonego's a lot more headstrong. I really do. I can't see him shitting this one away. If he does, so be it, but I'll be willing to bet that he doesn't. Let me know what you think on that. Touching on the next one, we've got Daniel Altmaier, Otto Virtanen. See, this is another one. This is another tough one, isn't it? Daniel Altmaier, we can't deny how much he's improved on the hard court as of late. Otto Virtanen, I didn't think he was going to beat Sebastian Korda. How much of that had to do with Korda just turning to shit? By the end of that game, he was running around that court like he was a fucking claymation figure. Didn't look good whatsoever. I can't help but notice though. I do feel like these courts definitely suit Otto Vertinen and his style. Weren't the results I was looking for, but I can't deny the game that he put in. He played really well. He played really well. He served well. He come in clutch on the break points. Beat Sebastian Korda. Arguably the biggest win of his career. You'd have to go back and check, but I'd be willing to bet that it is. Um, I think he beats Daniel Altmaier. I do. I think he played well enough against Sebastian Korda to beat Daniel Altmaier. It's the same story with him all the time. We know he's never really managed much success on the hard court, so I had never really taken him, although it did say he'd probably beat Lucanardi in his last game, and he did. I think it'd be just a bit of an ask. Bit too much to ask for him to get past Otto Vertinen. He's big, and he's strong, and he does like these indoor courts, so I would expect him to get that one done. He's 1.6 for anyone that cares. Is that Karen Kachanov there? We've got Karen Kachanov, Hamad Medjedovic. Well. Kachanov 1.65. Kachanov tends to play well in this tournament. I'll give him that. I'm pretty sure. Did he get to the semi-finals last year? Let me just double check. He got to the semi-finals last year, quarter-finals 2021. Tends to play decent indoor hard-court tennis, if I do say so myself. Hamad Medjedovic, we took him against Rafael Collignon, dead easy. It was a shame Korda had to spoil that. Karen Kachanov did not look good in the Australian Open, and it's his first match back after that. He looked piss poor against Alex Michelsen. He did. Michelsen looked good. He did. But even so, Kachanov looked really bad. He hasn't really had many notable wins since last year in the Paris Masters. He beat Adrian Manarino, Gabe Diallo. That's it. It's the level he's operating at currently. Hamad Medjedovic looked really good against Collignon, although he probably should be beating him. He has just beaten Holger Rune in the Davis Cup. Cup about a week ago, something like that. He's playing decent tennis. I'm sure the last time we seen him in a tournament, he got to the final. Kachanov, he's a tough customer, no doubt about it. I can't trust him. I can't. Not after just watching him in the Australian Open and seeing nothing since. I've got to question the improvements. I really have. Although, it can be rather foolish to sleep on Kachanov on surfaces like this. He is really good, but Medjedovic has given me no reason to think that he's just going to lose this one. So, I'd expect him to keep it tight if anything. I really would. I do question the mental fortitude of Karen Kachanov. Let's just leave it at that. But I don't know who's going to win. Wouldn't be surprised to see the upset. And then I think we've got one more, and then we'll touch on the rest. Alexander Bublik, Hugo Humbert. I was wondering where Hugo Humbert was the other day. I was like, where is he, man? We need a bit of him. He looked good last time out. He's already beat Alexander Bublik before. When was that? Last year, Dubai, straight sets, hard court. Very, very nice. He has just beat Joao Fonseca in straight sets in the Davis Cup. Done very well in the Australian Open until he bumped into Alexander Zverev. What are you going to do? Come on, Bublik's just beat Richard Gasquet. That's whatever, innit? It's whatever. It's no surprise to me. Is he going to make it 2 on the bounce? He hasn't won 2 in a row since Wimbledon last year. It's a long time. I did say in yesterday's game, he's he probably is the most untrustworthy player on the tour at the moment. Just because he's beaten Richard Gasquet, I'm not buying into it. I'm really not. Realistically, Hugo Humbert should just demolish Alexander Bublik tomorrow. He should. He's played a lot better throughout the season. Seen a lot more from him, as far as winning games anyway. Bublik's just got 2 wins. One to Dominic Kepfer and one to Richard Gasquet, and then that's it in his last 10. He's been beaten by Mensik, Kovacevic, Sarundalo, Kekmanovic, Alex de Minaur, Holger Rune, Struff, and the list goes on and on. Now, given the amount of upsets we've had today, Have we had that many? I don't think we have. I mean, Daniel Altmaier he was a dog, not really an upset. Benjamin Bonzi was a bit of an upset. Um, I'm slightly worried, don't get me wrong, but I do think Hugo Humbert is just too good. He's too good. Those that'll remember, we stepped away from Hugo Humbert from a little bit last season because he was just struggling with form. I think he's definitely gonna beat him. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? There's no way this version of Alexander Bublik and the current form he's in is going to take on Hugo Humbert, who I can't believe I forgot to mention won this title last year here in Marseille. Home crowd behind him. Come on, Hugo, Hugo. You know what it's going to be, don't you? He's going to win. He's definitely going to win. I believe he does. I refuse to believe he gets beat tomorrow in front of his home fans against Alexander Bublik. I'll be damned if he does. Decent parlay piece, really good parlay piece. I may fuck with it, I may not. But then again, I imagine you already know what I'm going for because it's always pinned. It is absolutely pissing it down with rain over in Argentina, so a lot of the games from today have been carried over to tomorrow. So we'll just quickly breeze through these clay games. Not much that I like. Zverev is a massive favourite against Dusan Lazovic. Beat him 4 times before. I imagine he's going to make it 5. If you want to take Lazovic plus 5.5, then be my Christopher guest, but I'm not going anywhere near it. Laszlo Djere is quite a decent favourite against Alejandro Tabilo. I don't like that. I don't like that. Laszlo Djere, I find it very hard to get a read on that guy. If anyone's got anything for these, please do let me know. Mariano Navone, Holger Rune. It's clay now, innit? We're not on the hard court anymore. I mean, what's Holger Rune going to be like on the clay transitioning over? Not too sure. Navone got his game done. Easy work against Commissania the other night. I expected him to as well. I don't know, 1.5 for Holger Rune. He wouldn't be 1.5 if it was on the hard court, I'll tell you that. He has already beaten before. I don't know, Navone's tough. We've seen Navone give people a hard time on the hard court already this year. I wouldn't be surprised to see him be even better. He loves the clay. He loves the clay. He'll be made up that it's over here. I don't know. He'll fancy himself against anyone over there, especially Holger Rune. And I'm staying away from it. I'm not falling for the trap, although I will keep my eye on it. Hugo Gaston, Federico Coria, absolutely not. Federico Coria, thank me tomorrow. Sebastian Baez and Sabo Vild. Sabo Vild done well to get past Diaz Acosta, I'll give him that, but like I say, Sebastian Baez plays like a top 5 player on the clay, doesn't he? He's very hard to beat. Very hard to beat, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was to beat the Brazilian in that one. Corentin Moutet is no longer playing Jami Munar. Can't remember who he's been paired up with now, but I did see it has been rescheduled. I can't remember who he's playing. I wouldn't touch it anyway. And then obviously Echeverri, Fonseca, Schwartzman, Yari, Darderi, Sarundalo, Martinez, but they're all still ongoing. It's raining. What are you gonna do? That's welcome to the clay. And then going over to Delray Beach, it's going to be another quick one because Alex Michelsen is playing Michael Mmoh. And I think I speak for everyone on this channel when I say Alex Michelsen should be beating him, but he should have beat Cam Norrie too. And he done a Bonzi and a Corda. So, just not yet. Just not yet for Alex Michelsen. It's a little bit too soon for me. I will be watching it, and I do think he's going to win. But, like I say, you can't blame me. You can't blame me. It's just the way it's got to be, folks, unfortunately. Ethan Quinn, Marcus Giron, no idea. No idea. These, don't take this the wrong way as well, but these All-American matchups like this, these can be just as tricky as the French ones. Don't crucify me, but they can. They really can. Marcus Giron should be beating him. He should be beating him. Although Ethan Quinn's played some really good tennis as of late. He was the one who took the set off Tommy Paul the other week. Did he beat Tristan Boyer in his first game? Good shit. Marcus Giron can play good on the hard court, especially over in the States. And on the indoor court too. Probably should be getting it done. I just don't know how much you trust Marcus Giron. I don't. I haven't seen enough. I haven't watched them enough this year, for me to have an answer. So, we'll just touch on Artur Rinderknech, Cam Norrie. These are tough, aren't they? I think Cam Norrie beats him. I do. Artur Rinderknech got past there. Was it Dimitri Popcorn Chicken? Yeah, straight sets. Bit of a layup for him. You weren't supposed to be playing him. We did say. He was supposed to be playing Gabe Diallo, I think. Yeah. It'd be Cam Norrie on that one. He's beaten twice before. I imagine he makes it 3. We kind of know what we're going to get from Artur Rinderknech. Cam Norrie on his day is a really good tennis player. It's just whether he's going to turn up or not. We've then got Kekmanovic, Nishioka once again. Coin flip. You pay your money, you take your choice, folks. Wouldn't be surprised to see anyone of them win that game, so I'm not going to go into it. And then is that Lena Tien, Adam Walton, the last of the first round games. Adam Walton's beaten once before. When was that? And we'll wrap this shit up. 2023 on the Challenger Tour, hardcourt 6-2, 6-4. We've seen quite a lot of Lena Tien this year. Last time out, we've seen him against Lorenzo Sonego in the Australian Open. He'd won a shit ton of games before that, and accumulated together, he wins a ton. Don't he? Wins so many. He wins a lot more than what he loses. We'll give him that. Adam Walton has just won a title in the Brisbane Challenger. Yeah, he beat Jason Kubler in the final. Jessica, Andrew Lagan, one of them. Just been doing really good on the Challenger Tour. Can't take it away from him. He's just been beaten in the semi-final by Tristan Schoolcake in the one before that. So I think that makes it 8 out of his last 10. Good shit. Do we trust Lena Tien at home? Bit of a short price there, innit? 1.4. Not bad. Decent parlay piece. We've seen him beat a lot more solid opponents than what Adam Walton's been going through. We can say that for sure. The win against Medvedev. Corin Tamutet was a good win, beating him in straight sets. No one thought that was going to happen. I'd have to lean with the American. Although I will say, I approach this with severe caution. I think the games I've watched, the Lena Tien, it's like he plays on pure vibes sometimes. Plays on pure vibes and just tries to dog it out a bit too much for my liking. So do be careful with that one. I would expect Lena Tien gets that one done. I imagine the boys that follow from across the pond are going to be all over Lena Tien today. And I hope so, because I might need some convincing. I'd really like to see him. Very well, folks. As always, then, let me know what you're going for. My picks will be pinned. So I was going to say let's have a better day than today, but it was only Benjamin Bonzi. First round blues. It happens from time to time. What are you going to do? You got to see the bigger picture. Think about the long haul. We'll knuckle down the deeper into the tournament we get. But as for now, I'll be saying good night to you, folks. Like and subscribe for me. Appreciate it if you do. So then, take it easy, innit? Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. Enjoy the tennis. Let's go get that cash again today. And I'll see you all tomorrow.